Don't know why I'm doing this. Well, we're about to review Monster Party. Wait, that's actually not the title. Apparently it's called Monster Family. What a surprise. Well, the thing is, it looks just mediocre, honestly. It's one of those movies where you know it's going to be bad just by looking at it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the worst thing I've watched. The animation is pretty mediocre. The writing will probably not be that good. And stuff. Well, it looks somewhat competent. Well, it's probably not going to be the worst thing ever. It was the worst thing ever. No fucking joke. Now, you guys may be asking, what the fuck is a Monster Family? Apparently this movie. This actually came out quite a while ago, and it actually had some actors I kind of liked in this. This movie actually had some kind of actors I liked, apparently. Now let's continue. Well, this movie came out the 2nd of March 2018, which, as of today, marks 3 years since it came out in the United Kingdom. As of today, which is the 2nd of March 2021. And it didn't even gross that well at the box office. On a budget of $30 million, it only made $26.4 million. That's extremely low if you can tell. Outside of... There's only been only a few reviews of this movie on IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes. I only know about this because Sky were just promoting it so fucking much, and LS Mark did a review on it. Viewing this quite a while ago. There was this review where it was basically it got taken down, and it was just a little kid saying, you know, little kids are like what movies? Oh, it was good. The animation was beautiful. You know what I'm fucking talking about, right? So let's get to the plot. Okay, fine. There were some people I actually knew with the cast. There was not many people. Names of these people I don't really fucking know, but yeah. Nick Frost! How could you be in this movie? Nick Frost is in the movie. How could you fucking be in this movie? You portrayed one of my. You're in some like my favorite movies. How could Nick Frost be in this movie? You're in some of my favourite movies. You're in Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, and Paul. How could you take such a stinking role? You belong up there with fucking Simon Pegg in this. In this. Not as one of the not as a fucking thing in one of the most worst movies I've ever watched in my life. Movie fucking called... Alright, fine. I'll get to the story. As you can see, with 33 minutes in. Okay, fuck it. We're gonna go to the story. Are you happy now? So the film begins in Transylvania, where Count Dracula laments about his loneliness with his 3 bat servants, and suddenly he receives a call from someone called Emma Wishbone, who mistakenly called him instead of a monster costume store. And guess what? She doesn't fucking know who Dracula is. And yes, and Dracula's design is basically just a rip-off of Dracula in Hotel Transylvania, which I actually kind of liked, honestly. Apparently, now, we all know happy and monster mean the exact same thing, right? And because apparently this movie's also called Happy Family, because everyone knows that happy and monster are the same thing, right? Now, most people would say, of course not, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you that stupid? Well, apparently this movie thinks it is. Because why not? Okay, so she's a bookstore where she complains to her co-worker, Jenny, of all the troubles playing her family. Her own bookstore is dire financial straits. Her son Max is bullied in school and is a social outcast due to his nerdy mannerism. Her daughter Faye is a sarcastic and rude and only cares about boys, and her husband Frank is constantly overworked and sleep deprived. And apparently, they seek a foster sense of family. Emma makes her handful of monster costume for a family. Her as a vampire, Frank as Frankenstein monster, Faye as a mummy, and Max as a werewolf. To wear to a costume themed party presented by Che Urivine. I don't fucking know. This movie's pretty shit, honestly. Through the family is not clear with the mood. They unexpectedly receive a star treatment to discover they have been mistaken for a monster-themed rock party. Security guards deposit from the family. Oh, fuck. As you can see, the story is pretty shit, and yeah. The story sounds pretty shit, honestly. It's one of those movies where you think you know it's gonna be bad just by watching it, but it's actually worse than you think it is. Story sounds really stupid. Who the fuck doesn't even know who this is? Dracula seeks remote, and this makes no sense. So they all live happily ever after. Wow. So I'm gonna give 1 point to the fucking story. Okay, 1 point to the story. That's only one middle finger. The animation. As you can see, as I previously said, the animation is not that good, to be fair. Even if it's not the worst animation I've ever seen, it definitely doesn't look that good. It's half decent at best. But the designs, it's kind of decent, but the designs just rip off Hotel Transylvania, in my opinion. With the cartoony style, and especially Dracula. I actually saw this guy on I only knew this movie existed because I saw this huge advertisement on a Reading bus, and yeah. I remember going past Gosport Road and seeing this huge billboard, seeing that. And this ad, it was just advertised too much. So I kind of give them credit for at least trying for. They seem half tried. With the style of it. Yeah. But the color scheme is just really sickly sweet. I'm gonna, out of 10, I'd give it 4. So basically 2 points. I'm gonna give 2 points to the animation. So that's basically half a middle finger. The characters. As you can see, basically the characters are pretty forgettable, honestly. Just looking at them kind of look like they have no brain. And if you have to be honest, you're kind of right. So there's Emma Wishbone, who's the main character, I think. Who honestly doesn't even really seem to have a life. I don't know, fuck it. So apparently, Emma Wishbone is the mum who's she's one of the 3 Duderaggers alongside Faye Wishbone and Mash Wishbone. And oh fuck. She was in fucking Norm of the North. She was in fucking Norm of the North. If you oh fuck, I really shouldn't have mentioned that movie. Really sorry for mentioning. So basically she it doesn't really talk much about her character, but she's just like the usual mom, but it's really bland and simplistic. There's Count Dracula as the main bad guy. Oh my god, that fucking design is just. So he's the main bad guy in this movie. He was born 10/017, and his age is 1000 plus, and he wants to stop. He's the bad guy, and yeah. And then there's more characters like Frank Wishbone. Yeah, he's the main dad. Who's basically the dad of. Well, yeah. They're very bland characters, and there's not much to it, so I'm gonna give 0 points to the characters because they don't really have any personality. The voice acting. Emily Watson plays the voice of Emma Wishbone, Frank's wife and the mother of Faye and Max, who has turned into a vampire. And oh fuck. Sorry for not being rude, but I've realised this movie was actually made by the same people who made Food Fight. Viva Pictures. Well, the acting for this character is just really not. She just kind of rushes it. It's like, my family will love it. Oh, this is the best thing ever. And then the other characters are Frank Wishbone, played by Nick Frost. Oh, come on! Nick Frost is in this movie! How could you take such a stinking role? You portrayed, fucking Ed from Shaun of the Dead, Danny from Hot Fuzz and Andy from this. Look, this is what you are in. One of my favourite movies, you're in these movies. You belong up there with Simon Pegg and fucking Edgar Wright. Not as the main dad of one of the most boring movies I've ever watched. Basically, the character that Nick Frost is playing is... Do you know how, like, Ed from Shaun of the Dead and Danny Butterman from Hot Fuzz are, like, charmingly annoying in, like, a likeable way, much like SpongeBob? Well, imagine if we removed all the charm from those two characters with just the annoying left. That's basically, Frank in this... Wait, I think that's his name. Frank... That's basically Frank Wishbone, you know? And the other characters, you can't really think of. He just kind of, makes his acting, and that's basically it. And then there's Ethan Rose as, Mac Wishbone, as Mac Wishbone, who's basically the who gets bullied at school, and kind of turned, it's like if I, made my voice chipmunked and kind of made it a bit louder. Or maybe if they got 10-year-old me to voice it, I think that'd be less annoying. You know? Who's, it's just wow. And then there's, Jessica Brown Frinde is Faye Wishbone, who's, just turns into a fucking mummy who's only obsessed about boys. And just is just mean to her brother, much like Squidward, just gets bullied for no reason. And then there's, Dracula, who's the main bad guy in this movie. But I can't talk about that. I don't want to talk about it, okay? Because the design is a fucking rip-off of Dracula from Hotel Transylvania, which I actually like. I don't know. And you know what? It's even the worst thing about this. This is just weird. And somehow, this movie's magic, because once they return home, they put this picture of themselves and frozen Dracula, and he stops to get bullied. Wow! Alright. I'm done. I don't know why I had to review this movie, just felt like it, honestly. I just kind of forgot about this movie until, very recently, where I saw LS Mark review this movie. You should check him out, he's this guy on YouTube. This is the only reason why I've decided to review this movie. And because, honestly, it's the 3rd anniversary of this movie coming out. Today's the 2nd of March 2021, and it came out in 2018. I miss those days when it was all normal, the world. Alright, fuck this movie. I'm done with it. But anyways, hope you enjoyed my review. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.